I built that. I built that. That's mine. That's mine. That's mine too. How did I rank for all of these apps, I hear you ask? Well, I've got a secret. This is something that nobody seems to talk about, and it's the single easiest thing to implement. It takes only 30 seconds, and this is a strategy that I've used to generate tens of thousands of downloads and tens of thousands of dollars in subscriptions. And it's like the best kept secret on the App Store, or I'm the only one doing it because no one's talking about this. I really shouldn't be giving away this secret. I've been building apps now for like 4 years. Over that time, I've built like over 50 apps. I'm on track this year to generate $100,000 in revenue from my apps, and I've sold over 10. What's the secret to my longevity and what's the secret to success? Getting people using your app, getting people finding your app, getting seen by users who want your app. I mean, you can build the best app that's ever existed. You can spend hours, you can spend weeks, you can spend months building your app, and you can release it. And this is the best thing. No one has ever seen anything like this. This is the best app. It's going to revolutionize everything. But if no one finds your app and no one uses your app, it's pointless. It's useless. You may as well have just spent no time building it, right? The most important thing is just being found by your users. Have you ever wondered when you release the app for the first time, you get that initial boost in traffic, you get all of those downloads and all those people finding your app and using it. It sort of disappears after a while, but your rankings don't increase. Your visibility on the App Store itself doesn't increase. So how is Apple artificially boosting or directing more people to find your app? So this is something that I investigated. This is something that I've delved heavily into over the last 4 years. And I had this question: when my app is boosted by Apple, where is that traffic coming from? The App Store analytics, they're pretty pointless. They don't show you much about what keywords people are searching or where they're finding you. You can do a bit of research with an app like Astro to find what keywords are in your niche, or what keywords you should be targeting, or what keywords people would be searching for to find your app. But what if you're ranking like off the first page for these keywords and you're still getting boosted, you're still getting traffic? Apple is still sending traffic your way in that initial week or two. How is it happening? I've got the answer. Well, I think I do. I think I've got the answer. What I think we're seeing is the impact of the search recommendations. I don't know if this is the proper terminology. I don't know what Apple calls it. I don't know what you call it. But for the sake of simplicity, let's call it search recommendations. So what are search recommendations? They're the recommendations in the App Store. When you load up the App Store, you press search, you start typing in some keywords into the search bar. These are the recommendations that come up. Yes, it could have some actual recommendations like what Google would do. Google would give you some recommendations about suggested keyword ideas. But what Apple seems to do is give you a list of apps and some keyword ideas. This is where I think most of your traffic is coming from. You launch your app and it increases artificially. So it goes higher up in that search recommendation list. Your app will appear in the top couple of spots, which automatically throws a bunch of traffic your way. And then as time goes on, as the week passes, your app drops down lower and lower and lower off that recommendation list until you're unlucky enough and it's no longer appearing, or you're right down the bottom of the page and the user's not going to be clicking on your app. So how can you get your app ranked on the recommendation list, the search recommendation list, I hear you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked that, because here I am telling you what has worked for me to get my apps ranked on this list. The most important factor is just having the exact search term that you're targeting in the title of your app. It's really that easy. And the way that I do it is I have the exact search term at the beginning. So let's go with an example app. This example is called ABC Running App. I want to target the keyword run tracker. So I would do run tracker ABC or ABC running. And then that way I'm going to show up on that list of recommended keywords. So what apps make it onto the recommendation search list, I hear you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked that, because otherwise this would be a pretty pointless video, wouldn't it? But let's go with this keyword, right? Let's type in run tracker. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 recommendations. The first recommendation is the exact keyword phrase, run tracker. That's the keyword that we've typed into the search bar, so that's the first recommendation. After that, we've got ASIC's Run Keeper, which has the keyword run tracker at the end, and the rest of them all have run tracker and then some variation of keywords or their app title after that. From what I've seen, unless you have a lot of authority and a lot of pull in the App Store, so when people are searching for run tracker in this example, the App Store's assuming, okay, it's probably this big, large company that you're searching for that has 38,000 reviews already. This is probably the one that you're looking for. But these are also the other apps that we have in the App Store. And you're not going to compete on the basis of the big 38,000 reviews and hundreds of thousands of downloads when you're just an indie app. So your best bet is just to optimize for that list underneath the high authority listing. And it really comes down to putting your keyword, what I've found it comes down to, putting your keyword first and then the name of your app. But let's say like you don't want to wreck the aesthetic of your app, or you've got a brand that you're building as well, then placing the keyword at the end of the title, still not a bad idea. Still going to find that you're hopefully ranking for those search recommendations. How do you rank well? Well, look who's come to me with more questions. Ranking well now. So your app, ABC running app. We've identified we would have run tracker ABC running app, or we'll drop the app altogether. So run tracker ABC running. That's your best bet, basically. And then you work on getting reviews to your app, work on your authority in the App Store. You will increase your ranking in the traditional sense of the App Store, but also in this search recommendation as well. And finally, we've done some keyword research with an app like Astro. We found a keyword run tracker. It gets a lot of traffic. We want to target this keyword. So we've named our app Run Tracker. It's available. No one else has used this name. Just an example. It's probably used. Someone types Run Tracker. It comes in the recommendation suggested list, and they click on your app title, Run Tracker. Problem is now, there's no unique part of the app title to narrow down just to your app. So now you're competing back into the pool of people targeting Run Tracker as a keyword. This is probably why you'll find that the more, if you make your app title really generic with no unique part to it, then you're not going to rank well in the actual search results. So even the search suggestion's not going to work for you. Run Tracker ABC tracking app for Strava would target keywords like Run Tracker for Strava, Strava Run Tracker, Strava, like all those types of ones. I really shouldn't be sharing this tip, and I really shouldn't be sharing some of these insight secrets and ways that I've sort of boosted my apps in the App Store, only because I feel like I'm probably just shooting myself in the foot. So why am I doing it? Well, let me tell you, for your like and subscribe. That's right, I'm giving you all of my secrets, laying them bare for you on this channel so that you might just click that little button and subscribe. Actually, don't subscribe, because then I'll have less competition and less people stealing my ideas.